It is going to be Notre Dame, Boston College, 3:30 p.m. Eastern start time. The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame are minus 14 on the road, totals 50 points. The Boston College Eagles are plus $4 for an outright win. BC's won 2 out of their last 3 ball games, 2-1 against the spread in those contests as well. BC's also played very well at home this season, 3-1 straight up at Alumni Stadium, 3-1 against the spread in those contests. The Eagles are scoring 31 points per contest on their home field, and they're throwing for nearly 260 a game in that same category. Quarterback Phil Jurkovec has thrown for nearly 2,100 yards on the season, along with 15 touchdowns. Wide receiver Zay Flowers has 38 catches for 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. Meanwhile, tight end Hunter Long has caught 43 balls for 501 yards and 3 scores himself. Meanwhile, defensively, Boston College is holding their opponents to less than 230 yards a game passing as well. Defensive back John Mean Muse has a pair of interceptions out of the secondary, 22 total tackles on the year for Muse. And speaking of tackles, linebacker Max Richardson has 79 of them on this season, 3.5 sacks and a pass breakup for Max. He's been all over the field this season. And when it comes to rushing the quarterback, defensive end Max Roberts has 4.5 sacks on the year, along with a forced fumble and 16 tackles. Boston College has successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6 at home. They've also covered 6 out of their last 8 conference ball games. Now they're taking on a Notre Dame squad who did in fact knock off the number 1 Clemson Tigers this past week. Very impressive win out of the Fighting Irish. Having said that, though, just keep in mind they did it while Clemson had their freshman backup quarterback in all game. Trevor Lawrence was out, so they didn't beat the best Clemson squad there was. And it actually took Notre Dame overtime to get the job done. So had to take them to OT. A win's a win, I get it. But the Fighting Irish have failed to cover the point spread in 3 out of their last 5 outings. Now, quarterback Ian Book is also completing just 60% of his passes. He's barely completing 60% of his throws, and he's only thrown for 8 touchdown passes through 7 games. And as a matter of fact, Book's throwing for just 219 yards a game, and his leading wide receiver, Javon McKinley, has yet to receive a touchdown reception on the season. Now, total-wise, the Irish saw 2 out of their last 3 ball games stay under the posted number, throwing out that Clemson game, of course. Meanwhile, Boston College has gone 63% to the under for the entire season. Line them up. Give me another dog. I like the underdog Boston College Eagles, plus 14, and the under 50 points in that ball game. All right, next matchup. It is going to be not on our board, but it's Louisville, Virginia, 3:30 p.m. Eastern kickoff in Charlottesville. The Virginia Cavaliers are the 3-point favorite, total 66 and a hook. The Louisville Cardinals are plus $1.50 for an upset win on the road. Now, Louisville